the next fusion is coming up in Raid Shadowlands, and the player Big U asked right here, he says, hey Briggs, I was wondering if you can make a video on F2P resource management. He wants to know when is the right time to go for a fusion, and he also wants to know if he's ready to go for a fusion.
I got you, homie.
That's the two things I'll try to answer in this video, and I'll go straight to the point. When a fusion just ended, the last fusion just ended, this period where it seems like it's on break, this is not the best time for you to spend any resources. I'm talking about gems, I'm talking about silver, I'm talking about shards, everything. As anybody who is looking forward to the next fusion, you cannot be taking champions to 60. You cannot be going to the menu and spending gems on your champions. You can use only freely obtainable energy. You see this energy that is regenerating right here? This is all you use. This is not the time to start summoning even mystery shards. That's an extreme saving mode. Now, by the time you get to the point where you see like you have enough resources saved up for the next fusion, and the next fusion has not started yet, that's when you start spending a little bit. So that's the first place I'll draw your attention to. Shards. Anybody in raid that does not have shards cannot complete fusion. We are all aware of how they've increased the number of points you need in summoning rush and in champion chase. It used to be back in the day that you could just complete one and skip on the other, but these days we're seeing fusions, whether they're fragments or old school fusion, are beginning to require both summon rush and champion chase. That's the way they're beginning to do it right now. So it's all in the inflation. So I can't tell you that, oh, this is the exact amount of sacred shards you need. No, we all know that these days it takes about 3,000 points, which is like what, 6 sacred shards or more, 7, to complete summon rush. Now imagine if you have to, back then only 3 was enough to complete summon rush, and then 3 was enough to complete champion chase. So back then 4 or 5 sacred shards to get you both summon rush and champion chase. Of course you have to mix it up with ancient shards and mystery shards. I'm just using sacred shards as an example because those players who have say 0 sacred shards right here can still complete the fusion with their void shards and their few mystery shards. That like Noob Pro has 50 ancient shards right now. It might be enough for us to complete a summon rush. So take note of the number one thing right here. A 2x event is coming up this weekend, right? This weekend. Anybody who wants to go for a fusion cannot be pulling all their ancient shards. That's the unfortunate part. It makes you begin to save too much, save so much just to make sure you get resources for a fusion. So that's the part about fusion. So if you're really concerned about fusions, you cannot be spending any of these resources, whether it's 2x, 10x, Gnot, Acrisia, anything that is happening, you're totally blinded to it and it doesn't exist for you as long as you're saving. Even down to mystery shards. You're doing champion training, you have to take 1-star food to 2-star, 2-star food to 3-star and so on. You can't come on here and start summoning new food. You have to go into the shop and buy all those mystery shards and use it. Why? Because you see the amount of sacred shards you do not have. Some people have 1,000 mystery shards, 2,000 mystery shards. With that 2,000, that's 2,000 points in summon rush, or even more points in champion chase. So I'm really hammering down the fact that anybody who does not save shards, who does not have that self, control to save your shards, you can't see 2x events, you can't see ancient 2x, 10x events. Everything is blinded to you, and you don't summon anything. All those events are not triggering you, no matter the champion that is advertised right here. You simply save for a fusion. That's the first priority, to know that you can complete a fusion if you have enough shards. So I think I got that point clear. Now for other ways of completing champion chase, if fusion just ended, if you went for Timid the Fool, you cannot summon your champions immediately you get them. Whether you got just got Drexter, Mitrala, Helmont, any of these champion fragments you get, it's best to save them for fusions. I know your clan could probably say summon them during CVC with personal rewards, but the amount of resources you get during CVC, is it worth that when you're supposed to use that resources during fusion? So no, it's not the same. So if I had summoned Timid the Fool during this ongoing CVC, I would have just got some energy and stuff, right? And that's it. Of course, it's always good to help your clan, but it's also good to help yourself. So sometimes you have to look, does my clan really need that boost to win? If they don't just go summoning the champion and then save them. You will eventually get the champion. It's yours. So some people, they can't see a champion. At one time on my main account, I had 5 legendaries sitting right here that I did not summon, right? but one of those CVC days I just went crazy and helped my clan win. So that's the best time to do it, when you know your amount of summoning champions right here can make a difference in CVC. If it's not going to make a difference, just start summoning right here. Champion chase, this is the best way to complete champion chase. That's why they're making summon rush a little bit difficult with shards. All right, with that point out of the way, the next point I'll draw to your attention is silver. Silver is the next thing that you can tell whether you're ready for a fusion or not. If you do not have at least this 20 million silver to complete the first champion training, artifact enhancement. If you don't have enough 20 million, 30 million silver to complete the first artifact enhancement, you can't even start the fusion. Yeah, but you'll be doing dragon, but you'll be doing champion training to get silver. No. Once the fusion has started and you don't start well with enough silver, you probably won't have enough along the line. Whether you're farming silver for spider for more silver, you might not have enough. So I try to save right now. That's why I'm trying to be above 20 million before the next fusion comes around. So artifact enhancement is what takes away all our silver. Even an artifact enhancement is going on right now as I make this video. I'm not touching it because I know what's coming. Whether there is a amazing sacred shard right here, or well, an ancient shard is probably right there. It's not loading, but any rewards right here in this artifact enhancement is meant to distract you from the upcoming thing where they're trying to make you go to zero. Even on my main account, I probably have about 60 million silver which I can use, but it's best to have enough for one tournament. So as you farm the rest of the other events and tournaments, you have enough for the next ones. The CVC has failed one fusion previously, and it was because of a fusion, because of lack of silver. We didn't fail it because we didn't have shards, or we didn't have enough champion training points, or we couldn't farm dragon or spider. No, we failed that fusion because we didn't have enough silver for the second artifact enhancement, and you know they usually have a third artifact enhancement. That's a huge silver sink. And then for those who do not know, the best tip for making sure you get the best points during this artifact enhancement is by saving all your artifacts that you're supposed to level. Right now you can go to my just new and you can see I'm not touching it. I'm not taking any gear right here to 4, 8. Everything has to be full. You can even see my inbox, right? My storage is full, 1.5 over 1.5. The same thing for, well, this one is not full. I've not farmed spider enough, but let it overflow. I mean, let your artifact overflow, even down to over here. If you check out my artifact, I have 87 more. Let it overflow. Get over to 400 or 400. That's how you prepare for artifact enhancements for a fusion. By that time, you already know the trick is to take gear to 4 and 8. And from previous artifact enhancements, we can see that the new to pro did complete an entire artifact enhancement by taking gear, 6-star gear to 8. Go silver. Oh, nice. This is what you want to happen, but you have to do it during a fusion. This gives you some points, a lot of points during artifact enhancement. Do this during the fusion, and that's how I'm able to complete it. And of course, 5-star gear, you take it to 4. Now that speed gear that was looking good, I'll probably take that to 12. Or if I'm building a champion, by the time I take all the gear in my inbox to 4 and 8, bring in, of course, delete the trash, and then bring in the gear from the external inbox right here. You see everything will to get me almost closer to that point, and by the time the artifact enhancement end, I'll still be sitting well above 20 million silver, maybe 15 million if I level up a champion's gear to 16. But I'm telling you that leveling gear to 16, it's not the best way to complete artifact enhancements. Taking gear to 4 and 8 is the best way, and then maybe 12. 16 is so expensive that you'll be able to build only one champion or less, and you're out of silver. That's not the best way. So with that out of the way, prepare before it starts. How do you even get silver in the first place? Champion training is the best way to get silver as a newer player. Champion training tournament is going on right now. It has a what do you call that thing now? A legendary skill tome as the reward. I am going to do it. I am going to farm because there is no loss. You're not losing anything from farming the campaign. I know it's not that fun, but this is where I got all my silver. Also, if you started farming the spider, it's also great. I'm still taking champions to 60. That's why campaign is better for me than the spider right now. Right now, all the gear, all the artifacts I get from the spider, I can't really sell anything. You can see I'm currently at 600 out of 1,500 on the spider artifacts accessories. So I'm not yet overflowing on spider. That's why I have to still save and maybe keep only the best when I do a gear cleanse for that. Now take note that doing a gear cleanse for these accessories is much more expensive than doing a gear cleanse for artifacts. So this is where I suggest to take gear to 4 and 8, not really here. Here is for those who actually have enough silver to do it, because it's expensive. It gets expensive when you begin to delete some bad stuff and keep only the good ones. It gets really expensive to even level up accessories to 16. It's better you level up artifacts to 16 than to do it on accessories during artifact enhancement for a fusion. But I've talked about for silver what you have to do before the fusion starts, and I also talked about what you have to do during the fusion to help you complete that. All right, those are the two main things that will help you complete a fusion: shards and silver. Is there any other point that I'm thinking of that most people might fail? Well, there is one more. If I head over to my champions right here, if you check out my tavern, you can see upgrade 40, 30, 40, 20, 20, 20. So before a fusion starts, I'm saying take a lot of champions to 30. That's a good point. If you do a lot of champions to 20, you might not have enough storage space. So take a bunch of champions to 30, not just 3-star, 30. So 30, why 30? Because you're probably taking them to 30 during during a champion training. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm getting some food ready for the next fusion, and by doing this, I'm using some points right now for the ongoing champion training, but I'm not taking these champions to 40, 5-star. Even if I get some to 5-star, I'll leave them at 5-star without levels. So I'm saying you have to do some champion training before the fusion starts. Champion training during fusions are known to be very long. So if you've not done any prep, no fusion prep, you can see I have no chickens. Just one 3-star chicken right here. That's not enough. You can even see I don't have brews. That's not enough. So I would say save your brews, save your chickens, but sometimes we don't have any, especially the fact that they are always doing crazy champion training events that has that legendary skill tome that we need so bad on a new account. So if you've been going crazy for those champion training, before the fusion start doing a fusion prep for champion training, and that's what I'm doing right now by farming and taking some gear, some champions right here, full champions to 30. That's my key point. So by the time the fusion starts, I'll have a bunch of 30s ready to go to 40, a bunch of 40 ready to go to 50, and then make a 6-star chicken or 6-star champion by then. Probably be, I don't know if it's going to be Amiga or these other champions that I showed you before. Husk is going to be hitting 6-star. So I'm not going to take Husk today. Even if I can take him today to 6-star, I'd rather do it during a fusion. That's a lot of points during that fusion champion training. So I spend less time doing that on the fusion, because it's not just champion training that is running during a fusion. It usually runs with some other crazy event that you cannot have enough time to do both at the same time. So that's the fusion prep for champion training. That's the third point: shard, silver, and now artifact champion training points right here. Is there any other thing? Gems. Let's not forget gems. How do you know you're ready for a fusion? In terms of gems, the best way to know is if you're about 2,000 gems. Why do I say 2,000 gems? Because if you're spending saved up energy in this dungeon events, spider during the fusion, 2,000 might be enough to do both Fire Knight, Dragon, Ice Golem, and which other one again? Spider. Those four, at least 500 gems each or 600 gems each, plus your energy that you get daily, could be enough to complete all those things. That's what I think. And of course, have some extra for champion training. Nobody goes into the fusion and uses only their gems to complete spider or only their gems to complete dragon. You're expected to have some energy coming in from other resources, from your daily login, from your right here, missions, quests. So I'm saying there are ways to get energy during the day, during the fusion. So you're not going to use your gems exclusively. But that 2,000 gems is the minimum points, minimum gems. You should just say, okay, let me stay at that point so I don't end up failing dragon or failing spider because I run out of silver. I run out of gems to farm spider. So that 2,000 is a safe bet right here. So that's the point. Always try to be above that 2,000 mark right here. Although the Noob to Pro did complete the previous fusion, starting the fusion with only 200 or 300 gems, but I had to go into my missions and start looking for gems like this to help me because I ran out of gems along the way. So don't be one of those who are struggling to get gems and energy during the fusion. Be one of those who had it ready coming in. Another thing that you should know, that you know those energy that we pick up right here, you can see it in your shop. This energy, do not claim them. You can see this one has 99 days. There is no reason to claim this. So an entire 99 days, that will give you enough time to even use it for 2 fusions or 3 fusions. So don't claim this. It's better to spend your saved up or daily energy that you get for things going on right now than to claim this. I know that I've probably spent 1 or 2, but if you know you don't have enough gems, you should be saving all these energy pots. It's best to claim them during the fusion. And of course, anyone that is about to expire, do not say, hey, it has 1 more day left, I'll wait. Claim that shit and go spend it else. By the time you turn your eye and look, it's already expired. So we're still waiting for them to implement something like makes the energy go into your inbox if it's about to expire. We've been asking for something like that because people get the energy right here and it just disappears without them knowing. All right. Is there any other one? I think I've touched on a lot of content right here. Now, during fusions, there is something about this, what do you call this thing now? Arena. I guess that one is not quite important, but fighting easy teams in the arena is the best way to complete classic arena. So nobody ever gets a problem with classic arena or that arena event during a fusion. So there's no even point for me to add that to the list of things you can do during a fusion. I think I've trashed out the most important things that you can do. But take note, if you're not preparing before the fusion, it's already too late for you. If you're not preparing right now to start saving your silver, saving your gems and taking champions to 30, 20, if you're not doing that prep right now, if you're not saving your shards, it's already too late for you. That's the point about fusion. If you came into the fusion and then you're thinking you can just do it without saving resources, you end up spending money. If you're a spender, of course, you can always do fusions without saving any resources. But for the free-to-play player, it's best to save all these resources and only use it during a fusion. Now, this is the big disclaimer right here. How do you know you're ready for a fusion? If you have all these resources saved up and you're thinking you're ready for a fusion, guess what? Your account progression is being delayed. So the Noob to Pro, when we're focused currently on trying to get to Clan Boss, build a team that can help us beat Ultra Nightmare, block damage team, right? If I go today and start building that team, start taking champions into the Mino, farm, I'm going to use my gems, I'm going to use my silver to build it. I'll be at 20 gems, I'll be at 1,000 silver, all because I had a more important goal, which was Ultra Nightmare drops, right? This is a big goal for me to get this Sacred Shard. The Noob to Pro has had this as our focus for the longest time. You already know about that. I've been talking about it. Then a fusion just comes along. Fusions derail your plans. That's what I'm trying to say. This is my original plan. Then a fusion, a new shiny champion just comes around the corner. Then I ignore my plan and start changing it to suit to get a new champion. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's not always best for you to leave your original plan and face a fusion. That's what I'm trying to say. You can tell that the Noob to Pro has missed out on a fusion 1 or 2 because we said, nope, we're not going to let that fusion distract us from what is going on right now. So even if you be doing events and tournaments during the fusion that gets you the champion eventually, I think it was Gnot that we missed out on. I don't think so. I think the Noob Pro got a new, I think we missed one on purpose. I forget which one. But I'm saying don't let a fusion distract you from your original plan. If your plan was to get to beating all the faction wars, you're currently building a bunch of champions to 5-star, 6-star, put some gear on them, farm dungeons, or you're trying to get a Hydra team working, your original plan should stay your original plan. You shouldn't let a fusion derail you. Why am I saying that? Because most fusions are not worth it. I'll count the number of fusions that have been worth it from January till now has been Gnot. That's it. From endgame account or newer player account, Gnot has been the champion that will say this entire year has been an MVP. At least that's the one I can remember off the top of my head right now. If there are any other ones, you can remind me in the comments below. But I'm saying not all fusions are built the same. Some fusions are a total waste of your time, waste of your resources. Sure, you get new artifacts, accessories for farming the dungeons. Sure, you get a new champion that will help you beat faction wars. That's secondary reasons to go for it. But the primary reasons to go for a fusion should be that he should change your account for the better. He should be an MVP. I'm not saying all fusions they release should be the same. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying some fusions are better than others. So before you go for the fusion, before you spend all your resources during a fusion, yes, save before the fusion. I know that, save before the fusion. Now, when the fusion plan comes around, you see the build for the fusion, you see the artifacts that were supposed to use on him, you see some champion plays about him and all that. We know whether the fusion is good or not before it even starts. So when you hear the news about that, you now decide on your own. Will this be a champion I'll get immediately and put into the vault? Or would it be a champion that I'll get immediately and use in content? I tell you, all the fusions I've got on my main account, from Emic to this last one that just ended right now, Timid the Fool, they are all in the vault for my main account at least. So there are some accounts that shouldn't be going for a fusion because I'm playing Pokemon Go or Pokemon on that account where I get everything I want, every new shiny champions, I just get them. Even if they'll stay in the vault for 6 months or 1 year, I'll never put my legendary skill tomes on them. I still get them, right? So that's different for an endgame account. For a new account like mine, Bamboos was, obtained because we want to beat Faction War and get Lydia. So my original goal on this account from day one has always been to get Lydia. You see, so Bamboos aligned with my plan. Even if I'm not going to spend books on Bamboos, with a champion like this, 4-leaf is still going to be in my faction war for Skinwalker. So I'm trying to explain why I still went for this champion. Even if I'm telling you to decide if your goal was to get to Ultra Nightmare and get Ultra Nightmare rewards, Bamboos is not going to help you for that. So there is no reason why you should go for Bamboos. Now, another champion what's his name? Emic. We thought it's going to be block damage. It's going to unlock block damage just like with Helicat or with Manita and all that. But it's becoming a kind of a pain to build for for that type of teams. But anyways, we'll figure it out. So all I'm saying is Emic is not the best Ultra Nightmare block damage champion, but we'll make it work. So I'm not regretting going for him, but he works in it. Some people regret him and still end up using a double Manita instead of Emic in their block damage team. So make your choice which fusions to go for and which ones to skip. Don't go for every fusion because you think it's new and shiny. You end up with no resources if you go for every fusion. So if I switch over to my main account, you can see I have over 23 secret shards over there. I have 20 primal shards over there. I have a lot of about 100 or 150 ancient shard. It's because that account is beating Ultra Nightmare. So there are things where you easily get resources from. If you're not right there, fusions will be hard for you. And I think this one really, really stands out to newer players who are coming in. Hopefully this one answers your questions. When is the right time to go for a fusion? You know right now if you've done the prep before the fusion and if the fusion champion himself stands out to you. Do not go for everything. Raid is making it very difficult for us to complete fusions. They're increasing the point system for everything. So this is the time where you have to decide to look at a fusion and skip. And when you skip a fusion, do not regret it. Well, yeah, people will be doing champion guides about him, showing him off in these places. But if he's a crazy champion, if he's a crazy good champion like not, every content creator, I repeat, every content creator will say he's good. Everybody knows he's good. Talking about Brogny, talking about Gnot. I wanted to say Akrisia, but Akrisia has never been a fusion. But we know the crazy good fusions, right? Those are just two I just named. Helicat was also right here. And this bomb champion, I think, I forgot his name. The Rat King was also crazy good. So there are champions who, as fusions, we are like, as a community, we agree that do not miss this champion. When you see the heading in that video, do not miss this champion. That's a fusion worth going for. So don't be trapped into the circle of going for every fusion. It's not a fun one. Take it from somebody who has gotten every fusion since I started playing the game, except one Yoshi or something. Don't go for every fusion. demoralizing. That's why whenever a fusion starts on my main account, I just go in there and I just do boom, boom, boom. I don't care whether it's 6-star food I'm using as food. I don't care. I just do champion training. And when I'm watching YouTube, I just put my gems. I just let artifact enhancements run with RSA hopper. Champion training, I just run 2-star, 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 3 food. I don't care whether they are hitting maximum. I just let it run as long as I'm getting the points. So I'm not being very, I have 6 million silver on that account. I just go into artifact enhancements and start taking gears that I will never use on any champion. I just take them to 16, 16, 16, 16, and I'm done with artifact enhancement. That's what I do on that account. So unless if you're not there right there at that 3-year mark or 2-year mark of having endless resources, you have to use what the Noob Pro is doing and be careful what you're going for. So those are 2 ways of going, or 2 ways to answer the question, I guess. How should you know if you can go for a fusion? I think I've answered all the question. Yes, it's a longer video and I wanted to be thorough with this one and make sure I give a general answer about what fusions are in Raid and which one you should go for and which one you should not, and how to prepare before they start. Prepare before they start, and when they do start, you say, okay, skip, I'm skipping them. When you do decide to skip them, all your resources are still there for you to now go crazy on improve your account. If you don't improve your account, for example, I'll show you the Noob Pro managed to build content, to build champions, build everything to help us beat 24 and help us beat 20. Don't be one of those players who is fighting level 16, level 14, and you're going for a fusion. If you've improved your account, you should be at least pushing towards level 20 before the fusion started. So sometimes you have to skip that fusion and focus that time on improving your account in terms of taking champions to the Mino, getting masteries on them, so that when the next fusion comes around, you'll be ready to beat content at level 20 and not farming the spider at spider 10, Ice Golem at 14, and Fire Knight at 12. That's not your priority right here. That champion will stay on your account and never get books, because you're not going to get books until you get to Ultra Nightmare. All right, I think I've made you scared enough. Let me end it right here. This is a longer video. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a brand new video on the account. If you have any other question related to Raid, ask me and I'll put it in a video format like this. I might be doing a live stream later in the evening, so make sure you guys subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys later.